The Badgers football season, one day away from kicking off. And the hype, really, this season is at an all-time high.
Yeah,
with Luke Fickell at
you can feel the buzz around town, that's for sure. Our Leah Linscheid and Josh Sprider are making sure we're all ready. They're live at Camp Randall this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Chris and Shane. Okay, so we got to be honest, Camp Randall, pretty dead right now, but Josh and I are bringing the energy, bringing the hype for the start of the football season.
You know, you can already feel it a day ahead of time. We've been talking about this for months now, but it's kind of getting real now that we are 24 hours away from this big day.
We got our swag on. Look at this.
I know, we
Look
got
at
the football,
socks.
got the Wisconsin socks going this morning. I mean, we are ready, and obviously, like they mentioned, the buzz is real.
Oh my gosh, coming up with Luke Fickell at the helm. Everybody is talking about Badger football here in Madison, across Wisconsin, really across the country. Now, I want to take a second to point out where we are within Camp Randall here. We're in front of the wall of football greats. Take a look at all of the past coaches here for the Wisconsin Badgers. The three winningest coaches right there up on this wall. You got Barry Alvarez in first, you got Brett Bielema in second, and the former Paul Chryst in third.
Now it'll be interesting to see where Luke Fickell will come in, and there's a lot of buzz around this because of his greatness already previously with his coaching career. So there's a lot of eyes that are going to be on the game, especially tomorrow.
Yeah, you see the 2023 to Dash. We are excited for this new era. Hey, so our partners over at Madison Magazine, they did this huge expose on Luke Fickell, some really interesting facts. This beautifully written piece by Jeff Olioza. We got to talk to Jeff and hear some of the secret little details he learned about Luke. Take a listen. Jeff, thanks for waking up early and talking to us ahead of the big game day.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
All right, so obviously a lot of folks looking ahead to this season. You know, what stood out most for you in meeting Luke Fickell?
I think just like the absolute next level competitiveness. You know, everyone I talked to, the first thing they said, the first word out of their mouth was competitive. And of course that goes without saying with a football coach, but everything that I heard about him, from doing, you know, paintball with his team, or even just like the time that it takes to drive from Columbus to Madison, everything was a competition.
You said 99th percentile.
99th percentile, yeah. Just sort of a next level competitiveness. And I think that comes through in everything he does.
So in your article, what surprised me most was that he was actually a wrestler when he was younger, a little bit of a different sport than football.
Luke Fickell, 6'5", 230 pounds, a senior from Columbus to Sales.
A little bit different. Yeah, he was an amateur wrestler in high school. He was a 3-time state champ. I think it was really his first love.
There it is, 54 seconds.
And wanted to be an Olympian,
Yeah.
but football kind of got in the way of that dream.
You know, you talk about his drive, you talk about his willing to be here. I think one of the fascinating things is for one of his kids, like, induced early so that way he could be here.
You know, when you're a big-time football coach, that sometimes gets in the way of life, but he and his wife, Amy, have really tried to make it work, and it's a family affair in everything they do. She's almost as involved in the team as he is.
I will say, I'm a big Badger fan, but Zach and I did not induce early so we could make any sort of basketball game or anything like that. That's very impressive. I read that. So I have to ask you, in your article you talked about how even researching Fickell and getting to meet him made you step up your game in writing this article. With that in mind, what are your expectations for this season?
Oh gosh, you know, I think first year a national championship might be a little bit too much to ask, maybe even a Big Ten title too much to ask. But I think, you know, if people see a market improvement, maybe a Big Ten West title, maybe a win over Ohio State.
Yes!
I think fans will be happy.
We'll be storming the field if we beat Ohio
Exactly.
State.
Building back up, right? You got to start somewhere.
That's true. All right. Jeff, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
So many interesting details. You know, when you get to know them personally, that's always huge, I think, in my mind, because you get to know them a little bit more as a family man and a coach, right?
That competitiveness is what really stuck with me. He tested in the 99th percentile for competitiveness, and they talked about his dedication, how he works from 5:30 in the morning until 7 at night here at Camp Randall. So this guy is dedicated to the sport.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. What else is going to be interesting this season is we have some exciting news here at News 3.
Oh yeah, News 3 Now, bringing the heat. Our coverage of Wisconsin football just getting started here on News 3 Now this morning. It is going to dominate the airwaves for the entire season. Starting tonight, we are rolling out a weekly 30-minute sports show called Wisconsin Huddle. So every Friday at 6:30, our sports director, Zach Hanley, he sits down with a Badger star in front of a live audience at Buck and Honey's, one of Josh's favorite restaurants. Hear how each star athlete is doing on the field and off.
You're going to see the insides of these athletes' personalities, what makes them tick, what makes them laugh, what their lifestyles are about, you know, sort of beyond the gridiron.
Thanks to the new opportunities with the name, image, and likeness rules, News 3 Now has partnered with Team Lammy, who represents Wisconsin's biggest stars in every sport. So you can tune in every Friday at 6:30, learn more about your favorite player, and strengthen your connection with Badger Nation. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. I live and breathe this stuff. I love finding out new facts. And I have to say, Buck and Honey's, what a cool place to have that. We were just at the Mount Horeb location this week. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
And that's brand new,
restaurants.
right? That's one of their newest locations.
Oh, it's
so
beautiful.
This is going to be an exciting time, I think, for not only us, but all of the Wisconsinites out there that'll be looking to the Badgers this season.
Hey, you make sure that you make News 3 Now your home. Zach Hanley's going to be bringing the heat every Friday night. You know Josh and I are going to be bringing the heat all morning long. Chris and Shane.
All right, guys, thank you very much. We will check back in just a little bit.